Hi everybody, the object of this video is to be able to give encouragement and to be able to let you know some of the things that a person can do on a part-time basis. I kind of feel that I've made a little progress on this project and I really have enjoyed everything that I'm doing. I'm going to just show you some of the things and make comments on what's happened. This little building is a building that's still in progress. It's going to be the potting bench that I'm going to be using eventually. I did find a nursery that was going out of business, and I found some stock plants, and I put a few of each kind that I bought in a grow bed to be able to take cuttings from. I've got all kinds of things in here: white snowberry, box elder, sensation, shadberry, shadblow, or serviceberry shadblow, and a lot of the other plants that I thought I'd really do well in our Colorado area. This hoop house was something that was listed on Craigslist, and I brought it home not knowing if I could get it erected, and I had a real bad snowstorm over the last week and I didn't get the cover on it. It's still on order, coming on in the internet. So some of the bushes that I found, this is kind of interesting, and I'll just tip you off that a lot of nurseries, rather than put them back, will sell plants really cheap. So one of our major nurseries in the Denver area had these plants for $1 a piece. So I snapped up as many of them as had tags on them, so I knew what it was that I had. And also I probably overextended myself a little bit by going to Lowe's, because I ended up getting some plants at Lowe's. And I know there's a lot of caution, and Mike has warned about having plants that you weren't sure what they were, and Neil and other people have said that they've been real cautious about that. I'm trying to get this to be an overwinter house where I can get some tall things in here, and I should have my cover in the next week. I'm going to show you a caution. I had all of the plants that were potted, I had them up against the house here. And it turned out to be, when I moved them, that I found out that the termites like being on cardboard. So I've been using the cardboard to be able to keep the weeds down, because it is a part-time endeavor. So trying to keep everything down. In the back here I do have this one peach tree and a lilac, common lilac. And this is my misting bed. Whatever it's worth, there's been a lot of people that have helped me understand how to make this thing work. And I do have a place over here by the house that I can connect, and then this hose comes over and goes over to the misting bed, and I've got the mister right there. I uncovered it so that you could see I do have a few plants in there. Not sure what the outcome's going to be, but I'm hoping in my first year that I do get a few things to happen. I did snap up some of the plants that I thought would work and I might be able to propagate, and this dwarf Alberta spruce is one, and then I also have a lilac over here, and that pretty well takes care of what I got done in the backyard. It doesn't seem like very much when you start putting it on film, but it has required quite a bit of work. So I'm going to go out and show you. I do have this grow bed and another misting bed. This is a misting bed that as you can see, we had some serious damage from the snow that came through last week. And underneath there is a big compost pile of goat manure, and then this is going to be a grow bed next to the faucet that I have. Out here I have a bunch of gravel that I'm able to use in potting. Interestingly, they did some road work out in our neighborhood, and they were just going to spread this out, and I asked for it. So some of the things that I've been able to find free are the pots, and I've got this pear, and then I've got 3 apples that I put in, and then I've got some other apples that I've ordered that I'm going to put in, and you can see I've got this all marked off so I don't poke a hole in the telephone line. But I do have a little bit of property here that I can develop and be able to put in a orchard, which is what I'm hoping to be able to eventually get to a point where, since I'm retired, I'm able to have a pick your own type nursery. This is my attempt at a compost bin, and you can see that I'm not doing a very good job of it. I also have a few more stock plants, and I'm going to cover the inside of this, be able to get these mats down so I can walk weed free. And then these pots in here, I do have a little bit of everything in here, and I'm hoping we can get those out so that they grow a little better. Just show you some of the things that I've been able to scrounge. So I'm going to keep the film running while I'm going. And again, I've seen a lot of posts on the BYG board of people that have needed to find certain things. Well, Lowe's has decided that it's better to recycle than it is to do anything, so I've gotten just tons and tons and tons of things from Lowe's. I just ask when I go in to see what's on sale. These were a group of pots that were offered on Craigslist, and for that big group of pots there I give $80, and I thought I was really lucky to find that many because they seem to be the size that's recommended to be able to start with. I'll tell you ahead of time that I do raise Chihuahuas, so they're going to be all available to bark and raise the dickens. So this is what we've done in the front yard. And there's our peach tree, which really got brutalized. Our blackberry. And then you can see we got a lot of things here that didn't make it through the snowstorm so well. I tried to make a separate little area so I could keep the dogs out because they love to dig sometimes. So I have quite a few things here that is just separated so that everything seems to be kind of divided, and it seems to be working out, and I'm hoping that a little organization will make this work. I got a grape in that corner, and I got a grape in that corner, and you can see a lot of these plants are plants that they're just dying to be able to be divided up and sold. Here's some plants that I got from the BYG board, and again, if you follow the instructions of the way that the people do it, you probably won't experience the things that I have, but I tried real hard to make them fit where I had it, so consequently things didn't work out quite as well as I think they should have. We got this little center thing, and I'm trying to find just the right Japanese maple, lace leaf Japanese maple to put in here right in the center where that little turtle is. And then I got stuff all the way around the edge that's gone into winter, but I'm hoping that when I get ready next spring, I'll be able to have example plants of what somebody's going to be able to see what something looks like. We was kind of pleased because this is our first year that we had fruit production on this plum tree, and we did get a bunch of plum jelly and plum apple, and it's been a really good eating experience. We put a whole bunch of strawberries in here. We have different varieties, and we've enjoyed that fruit. And a lot of the things that I got are in here. We have some privet that seems to be doing quite well, and a lot of raspberries of different varieties. My wife really enjoys strawberries, so we ordered in 4 different varieties, and we're going to be taking those and splitting them up, and hopefully we'll have some to sell next year. And this is our kind of like our little showpiece. We got some St. John's wort in here, and it's just a beautiful little area that I hope that since I have the area around this to be able to sell stuff in, all of this gray area out here should be able to have pots. And the reason that I'm going into such detail is that I know that there's some people like myself that kind of are not real sure that it's all going to work out. But I'm here to tell you, with the help of the people on the BYG board, I've been able to do a lot of things that I had absolutely no knowledge of, but just followed directions the best that I could. That pretty well completes my areas that we have. I got one little thing here that we've had to develop, and it's kind of getting overcrowded, but we're going to cut it back and do some splitting and potting and whatever. So I wish you all the very best, especially you new people. And if you have anything that you think I could help with, I don't have very much experience, but I certainly would do what I could. And thanks for taking a look. I just wanted to encourage all of you and thank those of you that are constant contributors to the BYG board.